Good evening, everyone. So we are going to start the second part of this Dynamic 365. So we started last week. So I'm going to quickly go through what we discussed last week in a few minutes. Now then we'll start from where we stopped anyway. So yeah. So good evening, everyone. So we are going to start the second part of this Dynamic 365. So we started last week. So I'm going to quickly go through. Okay, so we started with the origin, the roles, the tools, the salary, and Q&A anyway. So, and yeah, I went through what dynamic is, and yeah, definition of dynamics and the components within dynamics and the module, the journey for Dynamic 365, how financial and operation actually evolve, and also Dynamic 365 as well. We spoke about customer engagement, which is a part of Dynamic 365, and also we also talk about the capability within Dynamic finance and operation, and also we talk about the module or applications within Dynamic 365. I briefly spoke about the sales module of Dynamic 365. You can get a lead, and that lead can be qualified and then go from qualification to an opportunity created, and then when opportunity is created you get a lead. So this week we will see this in operation anyway. As you go along, I'm going to show the application today. So, and also we look at the basic entities in Dynamics 365, which we normally call COLAC, which is contact, opportunity, leads, account, and cases. During the course of this, when we meet again next, we will start looking at one of these entity one by one and how you can do them. And like I said, this particular module is focusing on roles, right? So I'll be talking about what is your responsibility as a Scrum Master within Dynamics 365 project? What's your responsibility as a data analyst within Dynamics 365 project? Or if you're a quality assurance or software testing, what do you need to do? And the same thing with the business analyst. What are your responsibility within that? Even if you're a project manager as well, what are you expected to do? That is the focus of this particular project, this particular training anyway. Yeah, so yeah, this is for Scrum Master and Project Manager, IDM, Business Analyst, software tester, data analyst, and functional consultant. So, and like I said last week, one thing about Dynamics, some people do not know, most especially people that are not technical, is like within Dynamics, there's a particular tool that Microsoft already created, which is used by a few testers anyway, which I think even if you're not a tester, you should know it, because by knowing it, you will know how Dynamics work, because it's got almost like 308 scenarios that you can actually see how dynamics. If you want to know how dynamics works, you can look at those steps, and which I'm going to go later to, so that it's useful for you. You don't need to be technical. I'll make it easy for you so that you just need to know where you need to go to. If you are looking for let's say you are looking to create an opportunity and you don't know what to do, you just need to know how to navigate to the place and check the steps, and then you'll be able to go and create one by yourself anyway. So, and I spoke about the roles or the jobs within Dynamics 365, depending on role. And for those one that interested anyway in the follow-on course after today, right, you can apply, right? So, but at the end of the day, at least you'll be able to understand what dynamics work. But if you think it's still something that you want to pick up, you still need, I'm really, really interested. And this is a short course anyway, compared to what we normally do is 150. You just need to go to that particular link, courses.prepmedia.com/courses. then slash Dynamic 365. And that's, yeah, and you can pay in installments anyway. So that is also the link as well. You just need to click on start course, and then you would, yeah, you will continue from there anyway. No, I think, yeah, sorry. I think, yeah, once you register, you see start course. But before you register, I think what you see is get course, right? Then you can continue. Okay, so that's where we stopped last week. Today, we are going to start an interesting thing looking at all these entities and then talk about them. So the first one that I want to talk about is the lead. But I know that you might be asking, why didn't you start with C? Because it's Colac, right? So most of these entities or the transition might start from a lead. You know, I mentioned the fact that when you enroll for a campaign or a survey, you get an email or you got even a call, you are a lead, actually. So in essence, a lead is an individual, okay, that's identified to be interested in a particular information about a company or the service that they provide. So most of you guys are a lead as well. So for instance, now, let's say this particular course now, you saw this particular link on maybe LinkedIn, or maybe you saw it on Facebook or on Telegram, and you say, I am interested. Technically, you're a lead, right? So that's what it means. You are a lead, right? So you are interested in learning about dynamics. You are a lead in that sense anyway. So because you've responded to our communication, you responded that you are interested, okay? And then what we need to now know is how can we now ensure that we convert you into someone that would come in on this program and you are able to listen, right? So for instance, yeah, you might also see the link, right? And then you click on the link, then you are here basically. So this is how it is. Or maybe you also will have actually receive an email from a particular company, maybe sales email, or maybe you will have, maybe it's even for videos, right? Even for those you guys that are watching Netflix as well, you can see sometimes they say, oh, this particular film is coming out on February, or it's coming out on Friday, let's say July, something like that, and you can now say, oh, I'm interested. At that particular time, you represent a lead, actually, because what it means is that you signify your interest in that particular service and in that particular product. So if you have any question, please put it in the chat so I can be able to go through that. Hope that is clear. And to be honest, that is why Microsoft Dynamics is very, very popular. You will see yourself as a lead of a particular product, right? You will see it as a lead. Most of us, if it's not entertainment, it will be professional. And if it's not professional, it will be maybe finance or anything, or sports or something. We are lead in different areas anyway. So even the fact that you are here also, you are also a potential client or customer. Technically, then you are a lead. So at this time, you might not yet be qualified, right? So we're going to talk about qualification. What does it mean to be qualified? Okay. So everybody, when you signify your interest in a product, you become a lead, right? So the next process is now to say, oh, are you qualified? Maybe this process now, the fact that, okay, you look into this now, you come here, you become a lead. So process of qualification will mean, oh, you go to that particular link and you register, you become qualified. So you can go for the next program, and you can do the next program that we are talking about. So that's another thing that you can talk about qualification. Most of us will have used this, and it's what most marketing companies or department or salesperson will have used as well. So that's where Microsoft has provided this for them to be able to manage this. Okay. Now talking about technically now, so when you manage a lead, and then that lead might become an opportunity. We're going to talk about the opportunity anyway. So, but a lead is kept separate from a customer or opportunity data. So it's different also, but until it is qualified, right? So if a lead is not qualified, it doesn't become a customer. For right now, most of us might on this program, you might be a lead because you are not yet a student, right? So another thing that which is very good about Dynamics there. So for those guys that will go into different establishments, you will hear about this customer, right, in different terminologies, right? So some companies may not call it customer, some companies might call it different names, so because you can modify it within Dynamics. But in vanilla version, which is a new, the one that comes from Microsoft, is called customer. So it might be, for instance, maybe another company might call it client, right? So they will ask the financial consult, no, the consultant actually to change that entity name from customer to client because that's what they use actually. So, but you just need to know that this also could be changed. So you are not looking for customer when they was already configured it to become a client anyway. But more often, a lead will always be a lead, and an opportunity will always be an opportunity anyway. So yeah. So then also as a BA or a QA and a data analyst, you need to know the state that a lead should be in. For a BA, right, you want to know when you are writing your requirement for a lead, you want to write a requirement for a lead that is in an open state, a lead that is in a qualified state, a lead that is in disqualified state. Because as a BA, you want to specify what they will do. You want to specify what they will not be able to do as a BA, right? So also the same thing applies to the keywords as well. So when you have a lead, you want to test the state of that particular lead. Is this lead is it in open state? Is it in qualified state? If in disqualified state, what exactly can this particular lead do? What can it not do? So you want to test it both negative and positive scenario, right? So, and the same thing for a Scrum Master as well. When you are creating tickets during sprint planning or refinement, or you want to ensure that all these are covered when your BA say, okay, yeah, I have a ticket for a lead. You'll be asking questions. Okay, how about when a lead is open? Do I have a ticket for that? When a lead is qualified, do I have a ticket for that? So all those things is what you're looking for. And also, not only that, doesn't stop there. You also need to have a story that says that a lead is now being qualified, which in essence, it means it's been converted, right? You've got a conversion, and it could be converted into an account or a contact opportunity. But in most cases, it's always been converted into an opportunity. We are going to talk about this journey in a moment anyway. So yeah, now if you have a Dynamic 365, right, you will see something like that. I'm going to share one quickly. This is one here, right? This is Dynamic 365. Last week I showed this with this particular hamburger already closed, right? So, and let me ensure that can I have someone chat, if you can type something on the chat that you can see my Dynamic 365, please, if that's okay. All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So you now have this now. So what you need to do, if you click on the hamburger here, it's kind of expanded. Yeah. But if you click it again, it's so don't fret if you see something like this. But for me, he can't cram all this logo or all these buttons, right? Just need to click on that. So he expands that for you. So you can see Dynamics 365. You have the home, right? The first thing you have is, yeah, the hamburger here, which takes you to a different application. You don't need that. Even in most cases, you might not see this at work because they will lock it down because they don't want you to play around with other applications. You just only see Dynamics 365. And because we are using SysHub, you see the SysHub, or they might have configured it to something else. So me, because what happened at work is like they would call this a name, right? They will, maybe they might call it, for instance, let's say, binary app or something like that. They will brand it so that it's not only says, and you can also change it as well, even from the configuration. But that's not your work as a QA, as a B, as a Scrum Master. Is your work of the functional consultant. But however, as a BA, you might want to write a requirement for that anyway. So technically, you can change the stripe, and also you can even change the color of the stripe if you want to brand it and think, yeah, this blue is not. You want to change it to green or yellow or amber, yeah. And something that I've seen of companies also do is they change this stripe based on the environment. Like for instance, if it's a QA environment, it will be like red so that you know that you're in a different environment. The blue, they might leave it for life environment, and maybe development environment, they put like green or something like that. So that when you log in by that color, you will know which environment you log into. That's another thing. But it will be good for BA also to be able to write requirement. So all these they have their own functionality. And one thing, if you don't know anything about Dynamics, well, this is tips I'm giving to you. This is your best bet. Okay, just go and search. Once you click on search, type whatever you are searching. Okay, whether it's opportunity, is anything, just type it. Let's say I put opportunity here. But this is not the best one anyway. There's another one they call advanced find, which I'm going to talk about in a moment anyway. So opportunity. So we said we couldn't find any opportunity. But if there's any, you will see that we're going to come back to that anyway. So you can actually say, okay, what are you looking for? I'm looking for opportunity. So I think 1 minute, let's go. And this is an account now. I'm going to come back to where we are. So let's say we're looking for this one now, half and okay. So let's go here quickly. ALDIN. So that is an account, and there you go. Right. So that's one. So you can use this for a lot. Another thing here is this advanced settings, but we're going to talk about this later anyway. So there's a lot here that you can use. Even the advanced find is a good tool actually, which I will advise you to use that because yeah, even if you don't know the entity, you don't know whether they're asking you, oh, create an opportunity, create an account, you can just come in and say, okay, all right, continue, I want an account, and it will take you to where the account is. And from there, you will click on new, right? As you can see, I don't even know where they, because sometimes you might be looking at accounts here, you won't see it actually, because you're doing, you'll be looking, what, that's it, that you create an account, I don't even know where it is. So, but great thing, come here, creating. If this is the only thing that you get today, I think it's sufficient for you to survive anyway, to be honest. If you find yourself in any particular role, anything in Dynamics, just look for where the advanced find is, right? Advanced find is like the funnel, right? Click on that, okay? Let's say, for instance, they say, okay, they create entitlements. I don't even know what that is anyway. So entitlements, okay. Oh, okay. I don't know what to do. Okay. Okay. This is all entitlements. Okay. So what do I need to do? I click on new and I can start creating entitlement. Sometimes they make dynamics also very intuitive for you, right? So that it's easy for even not technical people anyway. So yeah, all right, let's go back to where we were before. So and now we're talking about the leads, right? So yeah, so now let's try to create a lead, okay? So now we go here and we say leads, okay? So you can also use the advanced find as well. Okay. So if you go to advanced find and you say lead, so if you, even if you don't know where it is, so just search for leads. So, and that's it. So as you can see, even this is even got leads to opportunity test process. But we're not looking at the process now. We're only looking for the leads. So we click on that and we now continue. Yeah. And you can see where we are is where you brought us anyway. So you can see, oh, these are the leads and everything. You have open leads that you have. Yeah, that's right. So, and you can click on back and yeah. So, and you can actually create a new leads and you can do whatever you want from there. So that's one thing I can do. So if you click on new, right? So, and there you go. And you can create a new lead. So the first thing is the topic. So what do we call a topic, right? So for instance, now, when you guys came in there, what do you want to do, right? You are all leads, technically, right? You are all leads. So now, what are you here for? So technically, so you are here to do Dynamics 365 training. Or if you want to, so um, be a pro in Dynamics 365. So that is the topic of this. Then who did we speak to, right? So you need to also look at this, right? As a BA, you want to ensure that you also write this in the requirement, right? So your topic is mandatory, right? And your last name is mandatory. And you see this blue one, right? It means that it is recommended, right? It is not that it's mandatory, but it's recommended that you have it, right? So if you don't have it, that's fine. But they put it as, yeah, you need to, I will recommend that you have it. It is not mandatory, right? So when you are writing your requirement, you need to ensure that all these are covered. Which field is recommended, which field is optional, which field is mandatory. It is really, really important. Okay. And also as a BA, right, you want to ensure that you cover all the sections, right? Because as you can see in Dynamics, that's why it's really, really complex as a BA. You don't just write, write a, what's it called, create a Balsamic wireframe for only this particular field, because this only section is the one for um, on creating new leads. But this form is not appearing by itself. As you can see, it's go on the left, you have your banner here, right? Your menu bar, and you also have the opening. You want to represent them as they are. And also your command bar is at the top as well. You want to represent them. And you also have the Copilot on the right, actually. So we're going to talk about Copilot later for those one. So Copilot is technically ChatGPT for Microsoft. This is also embedded within Dynamics 365. You can ask, and probably you are even able to ask about what you are, if you don't know. I'm not sure this is configurable. We'll do that later within the program. We see. So now, last name. So of that particular person, let's say it is Emmanuel, and the name of the person that want to be a pro is the gene. So as you can see, the rest are optionals and recommended. We can leave that for now and we can click on save. So now coming there to the keywords now, right? When you are testing this, you also want to test that even when you do not feel anything, you click on save and you have error messages. For instance, let's quickly try that. So there you go, right? And this message as well could be configured by a functional consultant as well. They might not want to see this like this, they want to see different things. And so, and also because this topic here also could be configured as well by functional consultant. They might say, oh no, topic is not what we actually want. We want it to be agenda, or we want it to be sales funnel, or you want it to be interest or something like that. So you just need to kind of look into that, what they call that, because it's easy to configure within Dynamics 365. Another thing also, which is could happen is like they might change this, right? But they didn't change um the error message. So that's another thing that you need to watch out for as a BA, as a QA, and often even as a project manager and scrum master, you need to start looking into that aspect as well. Okay, so let's go. So we put that back and we'll click on save. And another thing, so I didn't mention that. So as you are also looking at this the error message that was displayed there before, you also need to also look at the error message that was displayed at the top, whether from BA point of view or the QA point of view. It's very, very important. Like I told you, I will be taking you on through the journey based on your role, so that even if it's not dynamics, actually, so this particular course is really also going to help you very well in your role, even, yeah, whether you are a BA or QA or dynamics or anything. So because we are going to talk about things that are related to your role, actually, why you need, what you need to do and why you should do them anyway. So now we've got this already created, and that is our lead created. So therefore we have this. So, and I just put the steps to be able to create the lead. So, and I said click on new, we've done that, and click feed the form and click on save, which we have done. So the next one is opportunity. And so this is could be a bit confusing, because when people talk about opportunity, you talk about like the opportunity comes but once, but it's actually similar anyway, because this represents a potential sales, what you think, yeah, we could actually achieve in terms of revenue, like your forecast anyway, in terms of demand and sales. So this is your opportunity, right? So when you want to create an opportunity, it's basically for people that make inquiry about uh, your product, right? And you've kind of now qualified them from being a lead, and they become an opportunity, right? At that point, what you're actually telling the management or everyone within the team that this particular person came and made an inquiry, and now we think is qualified to be able to get our service. Now we can move this person further, right, in order for us to be able to kind of sell what we have to the person, right? So for instance, if I go back to you guys now also, then maybe almost 1,000 people that actually saw the messages and everything, not all of them are interested, some people are not. So you now become like an opportunity now. Moving on from there, and the same thing also, last week I spoke about the fact that you might have got an email from maybe M&S, or you might have got a newsletter pop into your post by M&S about their close advert. Okay, so they will look at you. Even if you fill that questionnaire and you send back to them, they look at you. If they're looking for children, right? Okay, let's say they are even, it's actually female clothes that they have, right? And you say you are a male, instantly you are disqualified anyway. So if you say you are male, yeah, you become a qualified lead, and then they look at you as an opportunity. And of course, then maybe they not look at the size of the clothes that they have on their in their store, and to be okay, all right, we have size 10 and maybe 16, or if you are size 8, you are not part of what they're looking for. So those are the things that they look into, and they be able to kind of qualify that particular lead into an opportunity. So now an opportunity would then be associated with a contact, an account, or a contact. Technically now, myself, now I'm a person, so, and I've got a lead, but now who is the person to call? Who is the person to contact? If you want to contact the person to say, oh, thank you for contacting us, or thank you for interest in your, who is the right person? Because the person might not be the lead. The person might be a different person. Who is the person that will make a call to say, yeah, we want this particular product? And also, even concerning job applications, okay, so, and if you apply for a job, you are also a lead in that essence, right? So then there's a recruitment agency, right? That is basically the contact person, right? So, and yeah, then if you are shortlisted, it become an opportunity, right? So they then continue from that. That's another way to look at it. But the best example is the one with the clothing line from M&S, actually. So, okay. So now to actually qualify a lead, what you need to do is to click on qualify on the workflow. So every entity will have a workflow. Maybe you've seen it before. So yeah, you have a workflow, right? These are processes that this entity will pass through, right? As you can see, now it's a lead to opportunity, right? So now you qualify that particular lead. So, and after you qualify the lead, you develop the lead and then you propose the lead. So those are the workflow, right? There are different workflows within Dynamics actually as well, anyway. But these are the standard one for dynamic for leads anyway. So which you need to kind of consider. And also, as we said, that you can also assign a company to a lead, or when you qualify a lead, you can now say, okay, that's it. So that's one thing that you can do. So if you go into that particular slide that I've created, so you said now to qualify a lead, what you need to do is to click on qualify on the workflow, and I've got that anyway. So as you can see, it said okay, it's that, and then you go to the next level. So that's what you need to do anyway in this instance. So let's go back. Okay, so now you can put a contact, you can add a contact, or you can even create a new one as well, right? To assign to this. So if you want to say, okay, this particular person, okay, let's say, so okay, I don't have my contact there. So I can create a contact. And okay, it's very, very important to know that there's difference between a lead and a contact. I explained that anyway. But as you can see now, even though this is my lead, yeah, automatically when I say create a new contact, it actually brought the information that I put there. Because sometimes automatically some people will know that okay, the lead is also the same thing as the contact, but you have that flexibility to say no, this is not the contact, this is not the contact, it's a different person, so that you can change. But if they're the same, then you can leave it like that. So it's very, very important also for you to know that from the BA point of view, you need to also specify, because some companies will say, no, we don't want our lead to be same contact, it should have to be separate. But if you also want to say, oh, they should be the same, that also is fine. And also another thing, let me talk about the BA quickly, right? So, and also the Q. So most of this field, you will see the search. It's very, very important for you to actually establish what record they are going to be looking, they are actually looking up to do. So it's very, very important. And also, yeah, as you can see, even here you got account, you got contact, and you got recent records. So you need to also specify this as well within your wireframe. It is very, very important so that when keyways are looking into that, they are able to kind of test it properly because you've covered that anyway. So the same thing with the same thing with even the mobile numbers and everything is very, very important to specify the field, what they, of course, email field and everything, so that the fields are actually kind of formatted according to specifications. So, and so that even the keywords can test it properly anyway. So that is that. So we can click on save and close to save that. So, and we leave the account for now. So, yeah, another thing that you need to also add is the purchase frame, right? So, when does this person really want to purchase this particular service or this product? Is it immediately? Is it this quarter? Is it next quarter? Is it this year? Or you don't even know? Let's assume that, okay, you guys are here and you think, oh, yeah, I'm going to continue with that anyway. Okay, there you go. what is the budget? Okay, it's going to pay 150 pounds for that. So we say, okay, that is fine. And then purchase process, we look at that. So is this person purchasing as a committee, as an individual, or you don't know? Okay, yeah, this person is an individual. Then also decision making. And yeah, okay, have you actually completed this or you want to mark it as completed? Yeah, that also is fine. I can say, okay, this process is kind of completed anyway. So yeah, you have opportunity to put summary anyway, so that they can in time in the future you can come back and do this. And so then click on next step. So another thing before, so as he's doing that, also know that okay. So it's asking me to change the to select the opportunity, right? Please, this is very, very important now. So that's what I wanted to say. Look out for this one because this is the elite here, right? This is a lead here. So and let's okay, hold on. And we just want to select any record. Okay. All right. What is the lead? So 1 minute. So okay. All right. So 1 minute. So I'll save this one for a start anyway. So I think that is that created. So the lead. Oh, where's it gone? Okay, let's find it out again. So okay, there you go. So I'm going to create a lead, an opportunity rather. So, and then I would then be able to link it with this one later. So because there's no an opportunity created with this. So I'll go here now. Okay, I think I've got someone raising their hand. Akomalafe, please.
Yes, thank you. So I just want to confirm. So a lead can have multiple accounts.
An account can have multiple leads.
Okay, sorry. Okay, an account can have multiple leads.
Yeah,
Because when you are trying to qualify them, it was asking you, do they have existing accounts? And
yeah,
I saw a list of possible accounts under the lead. So that's why I'm asking that.
yeah. So you can have, for instance, now. So this is the account now in terms of the company. It's
Okay,
been linked now anyway,
okay.
even though I actually did it from here, right? You can see it's now automatically.
Yeah.
So if you come here and say, okay, this is, and yeah, I think it's also, yeah, as you can see, it's kind of replaces with that anyway.
Okay.
So, so okay, let me save. Let's see that. So that should be changed. Let's save and close and come back anyway. Yeah. So I think that yeah, you can have one anyway. So yeah, it's not. Let's go back and create um an opportunity for a start anyway. Then change that to yeah. So this is opportunity. So let's say looking to be a pro in D365. So, and yeah, the currency is there, or you could as well change the currency to a different currency. If you want to change it to a different currency, you can create new currency, right? So, and that allows you to say, okay, yeah, if you want to continue, save and continue, and you can change, you can add new currency anyway. So you can add new currency and they put the currency code, the name of the currency, the position. There are a lot of configuration that you could do as you go along here, but we're going to get to that place anyway. So if you're not in the UK, you want to change it to dollars, anything, you can do that anyway. So, and now contact. So we now bring that particular one, the list that we create now, and link it with this one now, all right? So, and the account, so I think is what's the name of the account? I've forgotten the. Is it Alphen? Let's go back. Okay, ABC Limited. So you could do the same thing as well. So, and now this is kind of qualified now. You have an opportunity, right, that's being qualified. So you need to now put it. So there are different things that you can do. So I'll just quickly explain this process now. So you have opportunity and you now say, okay, this opportunity, we can move it. So there will be some department that need to develop that opportunity, right? To say, okay, what do we need? We need to say, send a marketing or newsletter. We need to do this. We need to do that. We need to create a sales pitch. So they would be developing this opportunity to become something that you can sell to people or you can market. You can also bring that. So the process will be, yeah, you getting what the customer needs, okay, and proposing a solution, right? What the customer needs to be a pro in D365. So what is my proposed solution? Um, I would say, let's say 10 weeks of D365 training and practical session. So that's that. So then we click on next. So and So then we have the propose, right? So what are you proposing? So you would then click on sales team, okay? So you would then, okay, what sales team have you identified? Okay, then have you developed the proposal, right? Has it been internally reviewed, right? Have you presented? You will just mark them as complete or not complete anyway. So once you've done, this is just the workflow, right? So what you need to ensure that a big company would actually have these processes, right? For before they can then go into that. So then that is that. So you go through the next and you click on finish. But this opportunity is not yet completed, right? So you have to now say, oh, because sometimes when opportunity comes, you for big companies, you might have to bid, right? And you might win some, you might also lose some, right? So if the opportunity is won, right, you come here and say it's won. If it's lost, you come here and say it's lost. That's another thing. So, and come here, you say, okay, this opportunity is won. Oh, and you would put the price of the opportunity. What's the actual revenue? Let's say it's just 150, right? The day it was won, who was the competitor, right? You have opportunity to add competitors, and then you would then describe it as you describe it, and then you can say Okay, that is that this opportunity is one. But you can, as you can see, that the competitor is optional being added for the sake of our time. I've got a few more minutes. So, and that is opportunity for example. And once opportunity is lost or is won, you can reopen it because sometimes maybe the business that you want the opportunity from actually kind of decided to say, no, we are having a rethink. So you just come here and reopen that opportunity again. And that's it. So let's go back. So for the sake of time, right? So that is the process for leads, so leads becoming opportunity within the sales, and I've also talked about the creation of an opportunity. I've I've also spoken about this one now. So and I've also added up contact as well to other opportunity or to leads. So you can see that. So and yeah, quickly, right? I know some people are raising their hands anyway, but quickly, we have contact. So technically, contact represents an individual within a particular business unit, right? So, and that I've kind of explained before. So, and that is that. So, and yeah, so within your role, right, as a DA, right, you might also get involved in, yeah, you can say this should be relevant to you, the crude, right? Basically what create, read, update, and delete is basically related to database records, right? So when you create a contact, read the contact and you update it as well. So those are the things that even as a BA, as a Kiwi, as a DA, you want to consider, to be honest. So, and that's that. So account is another one, so which I'm going to pick up next week based on the time. So I will be talking about that. Then, okay. So yeah, this is just a question for you. And yeah, so this is Kolak. Well, we'll still talk about cases. What are cases? Some of us will also working with the support team. So we're going to talk about cases as well. So in that aspect. So that's one thing that we're going to do. So, but for now, this is where we are going to stop. So from next week, we are going to yeah, start afresh, right? So where I'm going to send you this link, then you'll be able to kind of play around with that. And yeah, so you would also have opportunity to create all these cases as well. You can create as many opportunity as you want. You can create. So the major thing is you being able to work with that. But I will be kind of teaching you what you need to do. Then you have opportunity to kind of practice what I have asked you to do. Okay, so that is that. Then also before we leave, right? So like I mentioned last time, right? So for those guys that are interested, if you think, oh, dynamics is really difficult, you don't know what to do, right? This is one of the uh, tools that you could use. I will teach you how you need to do that, what you need to do as well. Anyway, but this should be familiar to the keywords anyway. But one thing that is very, very important is this particular folder here, right? So, and for instance, when you go to this web folder, right? So you will see different things. They are all in English anyway, but you just need to look at that. So this is Presence Pro. If you want to create anything, this is create. What do you want to create? Account, cases, contact, lead, opportunity. Okay. How do I create account? Even if you don't know what to do from there, when you come here, right? What do you need to do? Open that. So just scroll down and you see, right? Well, go to account, click on account, active account, click on new, supply all these detail and save and close. Boom. That's it. Right. So you want to click cases. What do you need to do? Just scroll down. Look for the English one. Don't bother about all those terminology, right? Oh, service cases. Okay. Active account. So if you are still confused, right? So this is it now. So it said I should go to sales. So this is sales, right? So that is that. So then it said I should go to cases. This is cases, right? So then from cases, right, it said I should do what? Go to active cases. Okay, where's my active cases? This is active cases. That's my active cases, but you have active cases, but all of them will get you to the same place anyway. So the next thing that you need to do, as you can see, new case. Click on new case, put the title, and save and close. Okay, that's it. So basically, new case, put the title, my case, and save and close. So we're going to look at, okay, I think this is looking for customer. So let's see if that actually mentioned customer as well. Anyway, so okay, yeah, you actually mentioned customer ID. Anyway, so you need to put the customer as well. Anyway, so with a customer lookup. Yeah, that's all. And you have different dashboard, delete, dialogues, entities, navigations, how to do the navigations on different ways, and negative scenarios. If you, as a BA, this is very, very important when you're actually creating your test, your scenarios, okay? And you want, and even the same thing for the keywords as well. You want to consider the negative scenarios of your entities and the notification. What are the notifications that you need to create as well? So quick create, what is actually quick create when you are reading, how do you, so those are the things that we are going to kind of look into. So now to talk about the Scrum Master, the ADM, you need to facilitate it. So one thing, having the opportunity to know what Dynamics does, right, is very, very important, because then when you're asking questions, you are asking informed questions. So you are actually talking in the language of Dynamics. You are also probing what the developers or functional consultants have done, or what the BAs has written. So it's really, really important. So now before I leave, another thing that you might also want to look into is views. Okay. So it's very, very important as well. So the report is very, very important for the DAs as well. So to see what are the report that you can create within Dynamics anyway. So there's also another good thing for Dynamics, also for DAs rather. So you have the forecast here actually, right? So which is different data that within Dynamics that you can also use. And also another thing that within Dynamics that the DA can use is the sales insight as well, right? And where you can get some information about that anyway. So inside card and yeah, all those things anyway. So there's also, I think there's under analytics as well that you can also use as well. So within Dynamics as well. So all these are data, right? Even for for the DS as well, because you can actually collate them and know what they do anyway. So this is where I'm going to stop and ask you if you got any question. Okay. All right. So I'll stop sharing. Okay. All right. Femi, you see have your answer. Have you got any question? Okay. All right. Cool. Miracle, please.
Uh, Good evening.
Uh,
Mine is not really a question, just a plea. If the deadline of the payment can be shifted to weekend,
so
weekend,
we are starting. It's starting on Monday now. Anyway, so I don't know.
starting tomorrow.
Sorry, no, sorry. Sunday next week anyway. So yeah.
Oh,
So I'll see what I can do anyway, but I'm not going to promise anything anyway. Yeah.
No, but whatever be the outcome, we should just be informed about it.
Sorry?
As whatever be the outcome, just let us know, sir.
No, this is what you're going to do. If you go there on Saturday and you don't see the link, that means it's gone.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank
So I'm not going to promise that when it's going to be so, but normally I think by tomorrow it should have gone. So, but yeah, I can, I can leave it on the Saturday. Let's just leave it for now anyway, like that. So, yeah. So, okay.
you.
All right, cool. Adalisa.
Thank you, LDG, for
All right.
the presentation. My question is it possible or is there a way that the setup of the dynamics is streamlined to each organization's request? So, like, is it a flexible thing? Because I know that some CRMs, based on the company's or organization request, are being featured in a way that it only contains what the organization wants. So if we get to a company that uses Dynamics, are we expected to see some of these features not there, or exactly what you're showing us is what we are going to see?
Okay, that's a good question, which I think I touched base on that one. When I was mentioning about customer, right, and I said that for some companies, you might not see that entity as customer. They might have even configured it to be client. Do you get? Most of this thing is configurable, right? It's not going to be like how it is, but the layout will not change drastically, right? But they might move things across anyway. But it's not like it's not going to be like a core development they will do. What they only do is configuration, right? They just say, okay, we want to change this, we want to change this. Basically, that's what they do. The core functionality is still the same, right? Even the theme is still the same, right? They are not going to create a new scheme. They are not going to create a new template. Everything will still remain the same, right? But how they use it might be different. Do you get it now? So that's what's going to change, right? And the name of the terminology might be different from one enterprise or business to the other. Yeah.
Okay, then my second question is what is the specific difference, if it's possible for us to know? What is the specific difference between Dynamic 365, Salesforce, and maybe SAP?
Okay. I also mentioned this last week as well. Yeah. So Dynamic 365, SAP, Oracle, and SAP, and also Sage, and the likes, that all ERP, right? They basically do most of the thing. And also I mentioned the fact that even when you do go for an interview or a job application, the knowledge of an ERP, sometimes they will look at it, even though let's say the job is an Oracle job, but I don't have experience in Oracle, that's Oracle Fusion, but I have done Dynamics. So I can actually tell them, oh, Dynamics and ERP. So because all these entities that I mentioned, right, they also have it. The only thing that will be different is how they create it or the journey, but they are quite similar. Do you get it now? It's only that one, yeah, some of them has got lion share in the community, right? So, which I think Microsoft Dynamics 365 is more popular than most of the other ones as well.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Adelu, please.
Hi, Deji. Good evening. Sorry, I'm just joining. I think you mentioned earlier that if you got something, if you're coming from Tulu or Lao, me do something. I
Yes.
didn't quite catch that.
Okay.
But
So
okay, so that's my first question.
okay.
So
So you need to
I'll
go
ask my
back to
second
them.
question after that.
Yeah, you need to go back to them. They would
Okay.
not today, right? By maybe tomorrow or on Tuesday, right? Because they would give you a voucher, right? So, and then that allows you to come into the program anyway. So, and yeah, that's what I can say in the open field.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. My second question was, and apologies if you said this before, I'm assuming this Dynamics training will cover all the modules, the 6 modules that we have within the Microsoft 365 Dynamics, right?
Okay.
Sales, customer service, and everything else. Or is it just
No.
number
So
of
it's
the
not going
modules?
to,
Okay.
because we only have 8 weeks for this, right? So it's not
Okay.
going to, it's going, because Dynamics is a lot actually, right? Even to cover sales in itself is a lot, right? So I'll show you I'll show you the service as well. But one thing, like, they are quite similar. Do you get it now? Once you know
Yes,
how
they
to
are.
navigate yourself, it's like saying, oh, I want to go into a house, but I've got a duplex, right? It's 3 bedroom. Even if you now have a 5 bedroom and you have the layout and they are quite similar, you know how to navigate yourself around. Do you get it now? So that's
Yes,
one.
yes.
So yeah. So I will not cover all the 8, but the concept is the same across. Do you get it now? And they are quite similar. I will show you a few of them so that you can see that the left hand is the navigation bar, the middle one is your information, then the form is in the middle, then Copilot is on the right hand side. So that's how they've done it here. And if you look at, as a developer, at the back of that is only one form. It's only one thing that they are changing. Do you get it now? So yeah. So that is the answer to your question.
Okay, thank you. That answered my question. The other thing I wanted to ask, but you've answered, was how long? But you said 8 weeks, so
Yeah,
thank you for that.
it was meant to be 10 weeks. We've done 2 weeks now. So the next is 8 weeks. But I know some people are telling me that they just don't extend it more than 8 weeks because we know you. And one thing I tell people is, like, my word is my bond. I want everyone to get things out of this, right? So I'm not here to bring a lot of people together for us to start talking and that's why I'm not one of those, okay, how are you today? How are you tomorrow? We go straight to the point and that's it. So it's very, very important for me to ensure that everyone that eventually go to the next phase gets everything out anyway. But I'll try as much as possible so that we get the practical session as well as the theoretical session as well. So for instance, the 2 lessons that we did now, so when we come in next week, we will be able to lay our hands on it. At least even if you are able to create a contact, do you get it now, within this session, then you can go and do whatever you want to do. So we take it step by step from a BA point of view, from a Scrum Master point of view, and so because that is the focus. The focus here is not only dynamics, it's the focus on roles, right? Because if it's dynamics, you can go and watch it on YouTube anyway, right? But what is your role within a dynamic project? That is more important to me. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries. Okay. Ayo.
Good evening, Deji.
All right.
My question is, this Microsoft Dynamics, would we be able to download it?
Oh, it's not downloadable. Yeah, it's a SaaS. They call it SaaS. So does anyone know what SaaS is? SaaS is SaaS.
Is this system as a
As a
software
service
as a system
or something?
service or
Software
as a
as
service or
a
something?
Software as a
service.
service, yes.
Thank you. Software, it's not system, it's software as a service. So technically, what it means that instead of you downloading that software, they provide a platform for you that you can get it as a service, right? So, and that is what the URL is. Within that URL, you have everything that you need for Dynamics. So another thing, right, which I need to also let you know, right? So by having knowledge of this, by working on this, you can also say on your CV, I've worked with a SaaS application, right? Because that's another thing that some people are looking for. They're looking for someone with a knowledge of a SaaS application, and Dynamics is a SaaS application, right? And thanks for asking that question. I think, it means to be able to expatiate on that.
Yeah, so the URL will be given, and then from
Yes.
that URL, every of this creation and everything and all the modules will be seen.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. No worries. Okay, Femi, please.
Yeah, thank you. I hope I'm not overflogging this question.
No,
So,
that's okay. It's good to
so
ask the
during the
question.
week, are we expecting like the typical Blue Sky, what we do, create a group for this, or are we?
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, before next lesson, right, you will get either you will get the link, right, to join the group, right?
Yeah.
And also I think you already have the once you already registered or I've got your email address, yeah, check out for that email, right? So and so you would get it. So if you don't get it by, let's say, Friday, send a message to me. That means you might have entered into your spam or something like that. But check your spam, check everything before Friday. You will get a message, right? On the link that you get to the group anyway. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other question? I think there was an hand that was raised before. So if there's no any question, I think that is us anyway. So just to quickly say, so if you are still interested, so I think I'm not sure I send the link on the chat. If not, I can put it right now so that you can. So if you can keep that to save, so let's start 1 minute. Okay, I'm about to send it on the chat now. Okay, so that is a link, right? So if you want to join the program, right? So and you can do so. I will share my screen so that for the sake of the video, right? So that you can get that. So and I do really appreciate your time. And for those guys that I will not see next week, thank you for joining. Hopefully it's been useful for you as well. You'll be able to kind of get one of these things from this particular lesson, right? So of course I would love to see you next week, but if not, so yeah, do have a good time anyway. So for those one that want to go in, if you have not registered, so just go to this particular link, right, and then register. So it's just 150 for this session anyway. Okay, all right. So I think there's a message. Okay, Oluwale, hello, hi. What is the timing? Yeah, it's the same time. Yeah, 9 to 10. Yeah, almost the same time anyway. That will not change. Yeah, same time, same day. Yeah, 9 to 10 every Sunday. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think on that note, we can call it a night. Thank you so much, everyone. Do have a good night. Thank you, everyone. Cheers.
Thank you, Deji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Deji. Good night.
Thank you, Deji. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.